What's good, homies? Welcome to episode 34 of Homie Studios. It's your boy ST, the Great. And man, I'm joined by the homies Ryan and Shays. What's good with y'all boys, huh?
Yo.
Brought to you from the new studios.
You
know, already. We know we're on that 34, that Lakers Shack. You know what I mean? For the new age, homies. That Giannis. You heard? Go listen to Giannis by Freddie Gibbs, by the way, if you ain't a Freddie Gibbs fan. I think I'll automatically turn you over to Freddie. But yeah, we're on that 34, man. Feeling good, feeling great. How are you?
Absolutely.
And we also joined by the homie P. G. That boy, it's the birthday boy, baby.
P on the pie.
Birthday. Hey, give my boy a horn real quick, bro.
Yeah, I know I get younger as the years.
Yay.
Yeah, what
Thank
they do,
you,
Peach?
fellas. Chilling. Can't nothing be better than the Homie Studios on your birthday, you know what I'm saying?
That's facts, man. And you know, it's your boys, man. But hey, man, it's the weekend pass, dog. You know what I'm saying? What y'all boys got into this weekend, man? Peach, what you got into this weekend, dog?
I went shopping a little bit because, you know, my birthday on a Tuesday, so I knew I wasn't doing shit. Ain't no turn up on a Tuesday in COVID. I can tell you that right now. But nah, I went shopping a little bit. I got rid of the kids for a little bit. Chilled. I was just relaxing mostly for the weekend. Kids ain't had no school yesterday.
True. Okay. What y'all boys over there in the top right? What y'all boys got into, huh?
Ryan, what you did, boy?
I did nothing, you know. Just
Shenanigans.
Ryan spotted me at the mall. He spotted me at the mall and texted me later.
Actually, I texted you
at the mall. Oh, I saw it later. My bad. That's
my
Peach.
Yeah. Like, I'm trying to tell you, I wasn't saying, hey, what's up, Peach?
Shays, what you got into, bro?
Yo, man, I spent Saturday with baby girl, daddy-daughter day, where I'm not working. I can actually spend time with her. And, so we chilled for the day. She had a little accident. Nice little unicorn nugget in the middle of her forehead. But overall, everything came to be okay. We were going to take her to the water circus, me and my dad was, but after that happened, we kind of lost our heart. My dad, I ain't seen my dad feel that bad in a long time. Like, my dad called me like twice after I left, you know what I'm saying, just to make sure she was okay. And then Sunday, I kind of spent packing as best as I could because I didn't know how the internet and electricity thing was going to work. But now, you know what I'm saying, I'm in my new place. Thanks to room renovators, you know what I mean? If you need anything, you know what I'm saying, room renovators came through, made my life a lot easier, man. Like, this transition was probably the smoothest move I've ever had. I told them to beware of the piece, the bed piece that can cause people to get cut on the eyelids. And
Reckon what?
ST helped me move one time when I stayed on San Paulo, and one of the the bottom rail piece, that bit unhinged and went like this and like right here on the edge of this nigga right there. He still got the mark. Boy, was leaking. The boy had that Pacquiao jab cut.
Oh man,
that's facts.
He's that Pacquiao jab cut.
I definitely had that. You know what I'm saying? That was rough. It wasn't even rough. It's like the worst part was like, maybe I think it was like 6 months prior. I had the eye open. I look like my boxer. I got 2 cut eyes. You know what I'm saying? Crazy.
You got them on both sides. Like, hey, baby, these are my stripes in the game. You dig?
You know what I'm saying?
Stripes,
nigga out here giving these hands out. You got to take a couple sacrifices. That's all that is. You know what I'm saying? Shawty. Nah,
Gotta earn
man,
your stripes, you dig?
but yo, your boy, as far as my weekend went, man,
Yeah, bro, what you did, Nick?
it was, you know, it's Valentine's Day weekend. Had a shorty come down, you know, spend the weekend with your boy, and you know, it was a fantastic weekend. I can't sit here in front.
Return of the Mac, return
First of
of
all, he was singing all weekend. That's all you gotta say.
Oh, you know the vocals broke out every now and then. You know what I'm saying?
you lied to me.
Hey man. But no, man, it was a good weekend, man. You know, had a lot of, you know, chill time. Still was able to get some workouts in. I went down to the lake down here in the O, and
My boy.
busted out 5 laps around that thing. That thing about a mile. I think it's got a mile circumference. You know what I'm saying? So your boy did about 5 miles in that bit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. You know, it was a good weekend. I ain't gonna front y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Man, y'all not about to let this nigga just say that. This nigga just said the pussy was so good I ran 5 miles after nigga.
Ooh!
I'm not gonna hold back.
He got that morning motivation.
Not on my birthday. That nigga said 5 miles. That's that good.
I feel good today.
Hey, man,
I'm done.
like, regardless of all that, man. You know,
You
we ain't
know
gonna
he
speak.
try to play it low. You know she watching. I said it. He ain't say it. Shit.
She may or may not. Hey, I'll tell you this much though. When she was here, she did want to see some stuff on the pod, and she really digs the barbershop talk, baby. You know, she loved that shit. You know what I'm saying? Actually, had Shorty record herself do it. You know what I mean? She tried to challenge your boy.
Oh, tell me that.
You know, I was like, hey, you know, you can't get it like your boy though. You know what I'm saying? It just it can't nobody do it like me.
You can't do it like the realest.
Nah, man. But yo, let's jump over to this real talk, man. Let's get this thing started, bro. Shades, get us started with this first topic coming out of that ridiculous state of Utah.
Yeah, man, you're not rocking with the realest. We got real talk coming to you. We got a couple of things we want to talk about. The first thing we wanted to bring up, something that caught our eye, was a story coming out of Utah. And what we have here is a Utah boarding school bill reform being conducted because there's we have a celebrity that testified in court, but you also have several other people that have testified that they have PTSD because of this school called Provo Canyon School for Troubled Teens. Basically, in Paris Hilton's testimony, she says that she was verbally, mentally, and physically abused. She said she described her experience of being consistently medicated. She consistently felt numb and unenergetic. She remembers being woken up in the middle of the night, being strip searched at random moments. And she also said that there was no privacy, as for 11 months, they were watching her as she was taking showers and baths and everything like that. Not only was it her, but it was other females that described those experience as being the worst experience that they had in their life. And they still suffer from PTSD. And Paris Hilton says she has nightmares from it still to this day. So the solution that they're doing is they're passing a new bill where it will have government involvement, which will require documented proof every time they want to use restraints on people. So apparently they were, I'm speculating right here and I'm assuming that they were yanking people up, and then tying them down and giving them medication and restraining people. Maybe a lot of these people were fighting back because they don't need all the medication that you're giving them. Or maybe the people that's giving them the medication physically harmed them or was verbally abusive to them. There could be a reason why they're fighting back to you. So, that is a positive thing coming, but this is highlighting another thing that we're seeing out of Utah. So I think we're going to find other stuff that's coming out of Utah as well. So that's why I'm going to keep the theme going. Every time I see something that's coming out of Utah, I'm going to make sure we bring it up, especially if it's something weird.
Yeah. See, what I took from that, man, is like this. Okay, so when she says that she got, physically, mentally, and verbally abused, she was 16 years old. There was young girls, young women in this at this quote unquote school, right? This Provo Canyon school. And the fact that they had young women out there, because the school was really like, it's for troubled teens and young women. It was for, just people that needed some extra guidance to get them back on the right track. Well, what kind of guidance is physical, mental, and verbal abuse and medicating some of these women? Like, to me, it gets no sicker than that. I understand they're trying to pass this bill, but this should not happen in the first place. The fuck passing the bill. What are we doing with these people that are going to end up that were involved with all this? Because these are all adults that were involved with all this. So explain yourselves, put yourselves in front of the court, and get y'all ass locked in the fucking jail cell deep in that bitch, because that's where the fuck y'all deserve to go.
Yo, I think that shit is crazy. But don't sleep on how many places that happens. You know what I mean? When you got troubled teens and parents that like looking for places to send them, they just be thinking like anywhere could be a good place. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to think that, oh, this is a place that's going to take advantage of that situation. And a lot of them are corrupt in doing that. You think that when these teens call home and stuff and they're like, oh, this place is crazy, I hate this, their parents are believing them. They're like, no, you need this reform, da da da. Like, they're not really listening to what their kids are saying. So it's easy to take advantage of, like, the kids as adults there. You know what I mean? So I just think that's like one of the like worst evils you could have in the world and shit like that, taking advantage of that adolescent mind. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, and just one more disturbing thing that she said. She said she didn't breathe fresh air or see sunlight for 11 months.
It literally makes zero sense. For 11 months, you got somebody pretty much trapped in a building. If you're not seeing sun or breathing fresh air for 11 months and you over medicated me, you know how much that can mess with these young women's mind? Like, that's crazy.
Ridiculous, bro.
Yeah, man.
I mean, it sounds very similar to like being in prison almost for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they could even like fathom what it's like. I mean, me personally, I've never been to prison, thank God. You know what I'm saying? But I could imagine, like, I've been to jail.
How could it be any different?
Like, yeah, like I'm like, you can't, like, you know what I'm saying? No sunlight, you controlling everything that we do, no privacy. You can get me out and do a random search of my room whenever you want. Like, it sounds like prison, you know what I'm saying? Like a controlled prison environment, basically what you had these kids living in. And the actual people that ran it were wardens and, you know what I'm saying, COs. And this is the type of stuff that happens in prisons. But since you have these girls, and I'm pretty sure in female prisons, it's quite similar if they have, even if they have male or female, you know what I'm saying? A lot of these females be on that. So it don't matter if it's male or female. So, I mean, it's very disturbing, but the bill being passed now, okay, cool, but how many years has this been going on? How many people were affected? You know what I'm saying? That haven't been able to come and say their piece. You know what I'm saying? That, you just never, it's a never ending cycle. You know what I'm saying? It's sad, it sucks, and it has to be addressed. Definitely. You know what I'm saying? But
I hope this exposes other ones, because there's only one. You know what I'm saying? It's not the only one, it's only one.
And it causes the other ones to tighten up their ship.
Mm-hmm. And hopefully it does, have these other schools tightening their ship up and actually and actually putting in the effort to actually correct any kind of wrongdoing that was done at these schools, because you are damaging young minds.
Mm-hmm.
And because once you in your teens, you were like a sponge. You absorb so much, and you are damaging their way of life going forward with this bullshit. And it's like it's sickening to me, man.
Yeah, and sometimes when it comes out that like somebody big as Paris Hilton is able to come and speak on it, and she went through this, like sometimes that brings the confidence out in other people to expose some of these other programs that are doing similar things, because it got to be scary. Imagine just being that one person that that went through that, because when these girls leave that place, the girls they were with or boys, whoever they were with, they probably don't see those same people. They probably didn't have a way to keep contact. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
like then they're alone in the world, having been through that. Nobody to connect with. So like it's scary to even think to talk to somebody about that. They're gonna look at you like, what nigga? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if they even believe you, which is another thing that happens in society that be bad. Sometimes people don't be believing shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because it ain't happened to you don't mean that shit is impossible, yo. It's evil people out there that do evil shit. And it's people walking around that had evil shit done to them.
That's facts. But man, all we could do is pray for the women that were affected in this, man. Like you have to pray for their mentals, because this is some serious shit that'd be, that is not being accused, but like we have way too many women that have come out alongside Paris Hilton, and before and after. So at the end of the day, we just want to make sure that we protect the women in this country, man. That's numero uno, man. You can't sit here and let this shit happen. Like, nah. But let's move over to this next topic, man. We got Trump acquitted of the second impeachment, and I'm gonna let that top right box fire off on this first. Y'all boys go ahead and tell me how y'all felt about that right there.
I was a little disappointed, but I wasn't shocked. Just because of how the Republican senators were acting and saying that they were trying to bring it up that it was unconstitutional and stuff like that. So once it got passed that it was unconstitutional or it's still constitutional, I was kind of like, oh, they might actually charge on me. But then once I saw the vote was for impeachment, but the percentage wasn't high. They needed 2/3 or whatever. Percentage wasn't high enough to convict him. So that's a positive thing that I took from it. He's still acquitted, which means he can still receive the Secret Service for life, and he still gets the $250,000 for life. That's bonkers to me. And he can still run for presidency in 2024, which is what I think they want to do anyway. And it's just crazy, man, just because all the people that marched Capitol Hill to do the riot and the insurrection and everything, all them turned on you. All them pointing fingers at you, saying that you're the reason why they did that. And that's the true mark of how you know that this guy was the wrong person to follow. That's how you know it's wrong, bro. That's how you know this whole thing's wrong. Nobody can sit here and tell me it's right when your vice president turns on you. The people that's following on you turn on you. Everybody that you hire, you got how many brand new people in your cabinet, in your campaign? How many people did you go through? That's because anybody that doesn't do anything that you say, you just fire them. This is the proof that this is the wrong thing to follow, bro. So anybody that needs further proof, that just look at what's happening on the inside. If it was true and this dude was a true leader and everything like that, there wouldn't be so many people flaking out, and there wouldn't be so many people turning on each other. When just a couple of weeks ago, y'all was all on the same side. Now, as soon as you go under, as soon as you get pressed by the feds, you turn 6'9". It's funny.
Oh my God. The man said they turned 6'9". Bro, I'll say this because his supporters, they obviously they were upset. One, because He didn't pass any pardons to anybody that stormed the Capitol, and I'm sure they were believing that he would pardon them because they were his people. But then like they turned around and it was like, yo, we'll testify and say no. What we heard was like, go storm that bitch. Like that's what we heard, and now everybody is turning on you, and to me, I feel like the Republican Senate is weak as fuck. Y'all are so weak-minded that because you want whatever agenda y'all got popping off, y'all want that shit to go through and be law so much that you wouldn't sit there and vote to impeach a guy that put you in harm's way. Because these Trump supporters, they made it very well known that they heard what they heard, and they heard what they interpreted you said was to go storm the Capitol. So if that's to be said, and we got multiple quotes from multiple supporters that have said the said thing, and if they interpreted what you said as go storm the Capitol, and they feel like you turn your back on them, and also you put all of the senators in life's in jeopardy because they weren't coming there to be peaceful. You set yourself up for all of this, and I am sickened by the Republican Senate that did not vote to impeach him only because it was evident what he was trying to do in the first place.
I just don't even have really much to say. Like it's I kind of figured they was going to quit him anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because I've never really seen them really completely go through with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they'll slap you with the term. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're about to impeach you. But they never really go through with it through the courts and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it don't really surprise me. It surprised me who it is based off of his track record with what he's done with the time that y'all let him run the country. You know what I'm saying? Like he has no like he blatantly asked like government officials to cheat. Like y'all got it on tape. Like, oh, I don't have it. Find 11,000 votes for me. You know what I'm saying? Like what? Like. How do you say that? Like,
because he said
it doesn't get more criminal.
11,879.
It doesn't get more criminal than that. Like, I just don't understand. Like, you could have he could have like he said, I can pretty much shoot someone and nothing's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, basically, like,
I can order a hit on somebody and get away with it.
Doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like. Bro, it's just funny because, like, bro, and what pisses me off is that, like, I hate to bring race into it, but you almost have to. If Obama did just a piece of this shit, like, not even, like, just one thing that he did.
One iota.
Like, just one.
Just one slight smidgen.
Bro, it would have been like they would have been calling for his hit. Like, bro, I watched this dude like do interviews for Trump. He interviewed Trump supporters, and he literally asked them, like, bro, some of these people that vote for him don't have a brain. Like, the dude asked him, he was like, yo, did you read it? He was like, the transcripts. He was like, oh, the transcripts, they can make those transcripts. He's like, you can't listen to what people say. You have to read them for yourself. He was like, well, did you read them? Nah. He was like, so how do you feel? The transcripts aren't true. He was like, but you have to have your own opinion, right? And read it for yourself. He was like, absolutely. You have to read it. The dude didn't even understand, and he was like
contradicting him.
Right. He was like, bro, like you really just saying this? Like, bro, the dude, he asked a different lady. He was like, can he say anything to make you not vote for him? Can he say, like, you know, F this, F colored people, F, you know, gays? He was like, that's fine. I'll still vote for him. And I'm just like,
they already had a preset in their mind, bro.
It don't matter what he do. Like some of these people just really are gonna vote for him. Like it's just
It does.
And it's sickening. Like
It is, man.
See, for me, it just proves the corruption of this shit because if this shit is about voting, first of all, if shit's about voting, right? What the hell is the supermajority? Like, why do we need supermajority? Whatever happened to majority, normal majority? Like, what's electoral votes? Like, why we can't count all the individual votes and see who got that? Like, we have the technology to do this, guys. They're telling us how many people are voting and how many and who they're voting for. So what is this electoral bullshit? Yeah, like why do we have to have Supermax and all that? And why can these dudes literally come out and say, hey, I feel like he's responsible, I feel like he's morally responsible, and then vote not guilty? What are you saying? What are you saying? But it just shows that it's party over justice, party over pride, party over everything. You feel me? They not gonna let their party go down. They don't even care how much this is a scratch on the party. Like they know this looks horrible. In history, it's gonna show that. You know what I'm saying? But it's like they still did the Republican thing and stuck together though. That shit is like a marriage through thick and thin.
And that lets you know that they're not serious about taking care of the American people. They only care concerned with taking care of Republicans.
The party. Mm-hmm.
And party idolization to me is like the most backwards ass thing ever, because like just because somebody's a Republican or just because somebody's a Democrat, that does not make them, you know, any that doesn't change that person's character or who they are. Like, no, some people are just shitty fucking people, and you got to be able to own that. But speaking of Trump, and we can talk about how he failed to take care of this COVID situation. Chase, bring us up to date on the most recent vaccine update for COVID.
Yeah, man. So I recently saw an interview with Bill Gates. The reason why this is important is because Bill Gates is behind the scenes. And he has a lot to do with the vaccinations and what's going on. I don't know exactly what his input is, but he is like the liaison between the FDA and these pharmaceutical companies that are making these vaccinations. So he's kind of like their spokesperson. So basically what he said was, first of all, the way that he was given the interview, if you ever hear somebody doing an interview and they're consistently saying, like not making full sentences, just like voice fluctuation as far as confidence in what you're saying, I picked up on all the little cues and all I heard was BS. Like all I heard was BS. So pretty much, long story short of what he said was the current vaccinations right now are pretty much a trial run. And more than likely, especially if you're elderly, you're going to require more than one shot. So one shot is not going to do it. You're going to require 2 to 3 shots. And he still didn't confirm if that was going to be enough. So basically, if you have the COVID shot, there could be a possibility, especially since it's mutating, that you're going to need another one, because the fact that it's mutating is basically it might make the current vaccinations obsolete, which means another batch is currently being worked on to be brought back out, which means another billions and billions of dollars is going to be gone. And I had a conversation with somebody that's very close to me, and they're basically saying something about, I think they said something about the vaccinations coming out soon and not being able to travel if you don't get the vaccinations or something like that. And he was saying that, you know, that he was going to, well, if they do that, then I'm getting a vaccination shot immediately and this, that, and the third, you know what I mean? So I just want to say, man, just be careful. Just be careful with what you put into your body. Don't believe everything that like people are telling you, especially when it comes to medications, because you don't want to be 5 years from now, and they're saying a lawsuit is against this company, that company, and you have rights to this lawsuit or whatever like that because of the side effects of these vaccinations. And the side effects that is currently being reported are people are being pretty much you're having flu-like symptoms for 2 to 3 days. And then, or the place where they gave you the shot, your arm is numb for a couple of days, chills, fevers. So a lot of people that's being vaccinated are seeing side effects. I was looking at a Joe Rogan podcast. His number that he was using was 80%. And then the guy that he was interviewing used another reference from this company, science.org or something like that. They were saying 10% of the people is having side effects. I'm going to put it in the middle, 50 to 60 people. So basically right now you can definitely prove that what Bill Gates is saying is true, that this is a trial run because of the side effects that we're seeing from the current vaccinations. So if they're
I was just gonna say that's to be expected though, because I mean, as much as yes, we want a vaccine. We want a vaccine that's going to actually work, and that's going to take time to develop. And they've already put in a lot of time, but it takes more than less than a year for this shit to be smoothed out and have all of their ducks in a row. Like this takes time. This ain't something that can be just done so simply. And people were so desperate to get this vaccine because we want life to return to normal. But when you got a disease out here mutating, the reason it's out here mutating is because people continue to keep putting their ass in places where they should not be, and then they contract it. Their body reacts to it a certain way. That shit's going to mutate, and then they passing it along. Like this could have. All of this shit could have been resolved if we would have really been on like true shutdown.
Yep. In the very beginning.
Yeah. And also that shit is just so crazy to me because it's like you do want a vaccine and you do want life to get back to normal, right? But bro, it's proven in history that we need to test these things for a certain amount of time before we even think we know. Like you said, how many times have you heard this brand, this medicine, recall for this, you entitled to this lawsuit? If you know anybody in any family member or anybody who has suffered from this is that's what I'm saying. Like all that shit, like you don't want to be a part of none of that. You know what I'm saying? You really don't want to be a part of it. And especially something on this mass production, like, you know what I'm saying? Because even if you like, you know, like the help that comes from it is not going to be a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to be so many people to split it amongst. You know what I'm saying? So it's not going to be like beneficial. But like, I think they needed to not lie to the people and be like, oh, we got something this good and do it this rapid. I think they needed to make the people wait. You know what I'm saying? I think they needed to make the people wait. And yeah, the people was getting tired and they want to be normal and da da da. But like forcing something that's not ready has never been the good choice. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's what they did to an extent.
Absolutely. They're trying to rush this because unfortunately we live in the microwave era where everything this needs to be done now. Like motherfuckers don't want shit to bake. Motherfuckers don't want shit to broil. They want shit done ASAP. And that's that. And honestly, America, keeping it 1,000, that's our fault. Because we are the people that pressure pressure so many things to be done ASAP. We're the ones who want we want to return to normalcy, but people don't want to take into account that this shit actually takes time, and it's not going to be something that's just going to be done overnight. We have to understand that maybe this is a 2 to 3 year thing. It just is what it is. Like we here now.
Hear me out before you blame America, all right? Because I blame the American way. Because these medicines and companies shouldn't be competing against each other for the stocks and winning who's gonna make money and be the breakthrough. Like these motherfuckers should be putting all these smart ass motherfucking scientists and doctors they got together to save the fucking world. You know what I'm saying? Not competing. You know what I'm saying? I got friends that's buying stocks like, I think this is gonna be the one that hit. Like, that's what you betting on? So you betting on the other one's failing, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's that American like come up shit. That's like, fuck the lives that are involved. Fuck this, fuck that. It's like, will I make this money though? And that's what I think fucks it up. That's what I think has it rushed. You know, they want to make these stocks boom and da da da. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, I know the people do want it, but the people don't really have the real say. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, if they could have gave us a vote, who want it rushed or who want to wait for something that will probably be better, and we got to lock down a little longer, like the vote will come out that like people want to lock down and wait. You know what I'm saying? But they gonna hype it up like it's not that overall look, you know.
Mm-hmm. I agree with everything you said. I kind of disagree with a certain point, but I think things are going exactly how they're supposed to go. Why not do it this way? I mean, if you think about like the PlayStation. When they first rolled out the PlayStation, they had technology that was better than that. They had graphics that was better than that. But why put that out first? Why not put out this lesser one, make the money off that, and then we're gonna bring out the PS2. But we've been had that already ready. We working on the PS3 already. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So what I'm seeing in the trend and I got this how I feel right now when I saw how Bill Gates was talking, how he was acting. I was like, bro, you know something. And the way that you talking like because you talking to me. So I know, and Pete, you know this. You know what I'm saying? Everybody here knows this. You know what I'm saying? When you talking to somebody on the street or something like that, or somebody trying to hustle you, and you start asking them questions like to the meat and the potatoes about something, and they start fumbling over their words, and then they start like kind of beating around the bush, not really answering the question. But when they do answer the question, the answer that they give is horrible, bro. The real answer and everything is horrible. So basically, you telling me that y'all spent all these billions and probably going to go up to be trillions of dollars on these vaccinations, and they're probably going to need 2 to 3, and this is a trial run. Okay, so that means there's going to be a new wave of vaccinations coming, which means, okay, what happens if they bring the same thing? Oh, these vaccinations are working, but it's not working for everybody. That means it's going to be a third wave, and then possibly a fourth wave.
What you had disagree with? Because that's like the same shit, same kind of that's the same mentality I think they have with my point.
Oh, okay. So I guess I was taking it as I guess I misunderstood what you said. So that's my fault on that. But the major part that we keep bringing, the reason we keep talking about COVID and talking about these vaccinations and everything that I want people to know is because a lot of these pharmaceutical companies, they're getting government money. They're getting money from the government to run these tests and to produce these things. Where is the money coming from? It's coming from the taxes paid by the people. So you're paying for the vaccinations, my G's. If you're an American citizen, you're the one paying for these vaccinations.
The reason why that goes hand in hand with how I was saying the point and pointing like at stocks and stuff is because what the stock market people watch is that same news that you're talking about right now. Like, oh, the government gave this company this much money, buy. Oh, right, you know what I'm saying? Like different shit like that. You know?
Right. Who's ever getting the government contracts, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know if people remember the federal funding that we were talking about that was supposed to be made like for a pool that was put into the contract with Black America by Ice Cube. But if you go back a couple of episodes, maybe 10 episodes where we were talking about that, this is the money and a lot of the stuff that we're talking about. A lot of federal funding is going to these companies and then also taxpayer dollars. So when you hear that we're billions of dollars in debt,
trillions.
I'm sorry. $20 trillion in debt. Where do you think a lot of this debt is coming from? And why there's a direct cause by mismanagement by presidency. Okay, if you look at the track record, it was a Republican president that handed a Democratic president a bad economy the last time, with Bush handing it to Obama. Then Obama get it back level. Not saying that Trump had anything to do with what happened, but what I'm saying is moves could have been made to where the impact wouldn't have been so bad. Because there's countries out there that don't have rarely to no cases at all, which means they handled it properly, which means we could have handled it a different way. Not saying that we wouldn't have had no cases, but our numbers would have been down. Our deaths wouldn't have been down.
The people here, if they had to deal with some of the restrictions and some of the stuff that these other countries did to keep it down, some of these people would have been like, at least a lot of people who were like standing against masking and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Those people would have been outrageous, bro.
Bro, they went to Michigan in front of the city hall with assault rifles.
Yeah,
because they couldn't go into restaurants and they had to wear masks.
And hell,
bro, that's the insight, bro. That was the first instance we saw to the insurrection, bro.
Yeah, it was step one. And honestly, like, shit, we living in a state that don't give a fuck. Like, Florida is like the biggest culprit of a lot of this shit. Look, bro, DeSantis, bro, and we are in a state that is so populated with, not even populated, but just frequent occurrences of tourists coming into this state from all over the country, bringing that shit here. How are we still open to like bro? It makes zero sense. It makes zero sense that they would allow for the state of Florida to be as wide open when we got so many other states that are handling this properly. Stay your ass the fucking home. No, we ain't opened up a lot of shit. No, none of that nonsense. Like, and then God forbid more people start coming to Florida because they really just want to get away from their scenario. And God forbid, and I'm so happy, homies listening, your boy ST moving out of Orlando in June. I can't wait to get out of here because I can't go anywhere, especially in the area I'm in.
Straight foreign people every day, bro. Every day you're seeing somebody new.
Every day.
That's the international capital of the world, bro.
Exactly.
Nobody really know that. That's the international capital of the world.
And that part is crazy that they allow this shit to pop off, man. But you know, unfortunately, when a president doesn't want to necessarily take this shit as seriously as it is, like, you gotta. This is the outcome, and this is the fallout from all of that. And this is why we need The Rock as president of the United States. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. I'm saying is
left and right.
All I'm saying is this: he gonna lay the smack of down on the competition. He gonna check their ass into he gonna check their ass into the SmackDown White House. He's the people's president, and during debates, they can go one-on-one with the great one. That's all I'm saying,
bro. He gonna meet a problem, and he gonna be like, smells a little bit like pie.
Boom. Yo, he said he'll be the president if that's what the people want. You know what I mean? And like,
well, I gotta hear your beliefs first, because I don't want you to go up there and you do something. I gotta hear what you're talking about, Rock.
Absolutely.
If he gonna be like, what y'all want? I'm be like, I just need three things: free education, free healthcare, and delete all student loans.
Please.
You give me that, I'll deal with each state having to do the marijuana thing. I'm cool with how that is. Leave that how it is and let it grow the way it's going to grow organically. Three things I just said, just give me them. That's all I want.
Can I get a little bit of crumbs of reparations too? I ain't asking for a whole lot.
Just a little sprinkle.
Sprinkles. So what's the sprinkle? What's reparations to you?
It's what you said though. Any of what you said would be that.
That's not just gonna help us though. It's gonna help.
No. ST is talking about something specifically for African Americans.
Mm-hmm.
But what is your
cleared our student house?
What you talking about?
That would be rep.
You talking about an acre of land?
They're not gonna ever give us nothing like that.
Absolutely.
Ever.
He said they're not gonna ever give us nothing like that.
Look, man,
they said 40 acres in a mule. I'm talking about one.
Bro, they'll give us a damn stimulus check.
Nah, they'll give us they'll give us an acre. Bro, they'll give us an acre in Wyoming.
It was so funny. It's true.
Bust out
$600.
Look, bro, they came at me.
Built off our backs, but $600. That's wild, bro.
The thing is, Shay,
I don't think you can put a dollar amount on it. It's hard to.
But I'm saying, you said you want a crumb. What's the crumb?
That's not for me to determine, right? That honestly, in this situation, man, they really have to. They have to do better. They have to figure that out because they know that they set us back. And even generations. And even when you had Black Wall Street, where everything was jumping, we would finally start to get on, get our own shit. And then y'all came in, burned our shit down. Something they don't teach in Black history that they should. Like they set us back, even when we were trying to create generational wealth. So far, no, I don't know what the answer is. Mm-hmm. But we need an answer.
Absolutely.
And man, that shit just makes my stomach turn, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Will we ever see that?
No, I don't believe so.
Okay. I was gonna say, and if so, we see it in our lifetime.
No. I think what we need to do is what the companies do, like Comcast. Like before Comcast was Comcast, it was named something else. But the customer service was so bad and people hated it so bad, they just shut that company down and started it something else, but it was the same thing. I think we need to shut down the word reparations and come up with a new word and just ask for something.
Yeah. It's not a bad start.
You feel me?
Not a bad start at all. Yo.
That's a good idea.
Shades, fill us in with what's going on over in Iraq real quick, brother.
Yeah, man. So we have a recent story that happened, I believe it was 2 days ago, where an Iraqi rocket, it was an Iraqi rocket attack in the U.S. portion of Iraq in the Kurdish development in the Kurdish territory, and it killed a contractor and it also killed a U.S. service member. This is the first Iraqi attack that we've had in U.S. soil. In the U.S. part or the U.S. territory of Iraq in about a year. So it's pretty big news in the fact of military may be deployed over there as a result of this. We could be at war again. The fact that a U.S. person got killed. So I think they're going to try to do something on a hush-hush, probably send in like drones and just blowing some stuff up. Because I don't think they're just gonna let this go by without. They just ain't gonna let this fly.
Or do they be asking for this type of shit? Like, why do we got so much territory in other people's shit? Like, where the Iraqi territory here? Like, show me. We be on that bully ass shit trying to run people land and then wonder why they people hate us. Like, you know what I'm saying? So when these people be like, oh, these insurgents and these motherfuckers be fighting for their country and for their own freedom, because we're not giving them freedom in their country. We're over there trying to tell them how to run shit.
Yeah, I agree but disagree when it comes to Iraq. Because Iraq has Saddam Hussein. Now, there's mixed things about Saddam Hussein, but one thing we can't be mixed about is he set off chemical weapons and killed thousands of his own people.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't say nothing about other places in the world, but as far as Iraq is concerned, the other reasons why they went over, we went over there for oil and Saddam Hussein or whatever. We went over there for opium.
But is it different? Is that logically different than Trump making bad decisions and how coronavirus affected us? Other countries aren't coming over here like, hey, we need to tell y'all how to run this presidency shit because obviously y'all got it fucked up right now for the world. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at it with that logic, I just see it a little different.
No, yes, 100%, 100%. But I'm talking about as far as Iraq is concerned. Iraq,
no, but it's not their fault they had Saddam, just like it's not our fault we had Trump.
Yeah,
and now he's gone, right?
Dictator. He has a stronghold. Anybody that comes against him, he kills them. Like you're dead. So
you don't think that like South Korea is like that?
No, North Korea is like that for sure.
I meant North Korea. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
I'll say this. This is my 2 cents on this whole situation, and based off of what y'all talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Why it always got to be the U.S. that step in and do this shit? Mm-hmm. I didn't grasp the concept that we were the guardians of the world. Last time I checked.
Hey, honestly, this is gonna sound crazy and like it's gonna sound dumb, but I don't know if I'm a sociopath or psychopath with it. But I mean, we already doing it anyway. Like, in my opinion, bro, I would just go take over Africa. I'll go take over all that junk and just make it a U.S. territory, bro. You might as well. They following after us anyway. Just go take over Africa, take over all them countries that we whatever anyway, and Americanize it. We always
know what that would start in the world.
Another world war.
Absolutely.
But
everybody was looking up against us, like literally.
Yep.
I mean,
bro, I'm gonna let you know.
We're already doing it anyway. They do it through business. They do it business wise anyway.
But as far as the actual missile attack itself, though, I do know, like on a lot of those actual plots of land, they do have these machines. They call CRAMs, and basically what it does is like it counters, missile attacks, things of that nature. I got a homeboy that actually did civilian work, you know what I'm saying, overseas on, one of these little pieces of land. He was like, they have them a lot. They have a lot of CRAMs on the property, but he was like, they miss a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like if you look up CRAM, I just looked it up. It says that their success rate of knocking down oncoming, missiles is 70 to 80%. You know what I'm saying? So, and basically how my homie told me where his was, he was like, the base was like here. Like everywhere around the base was just mountain. You know what I'm saying? So like basically the Iraqis or whoever was trying to bomb, they'll just come up through the mountains and just shoot. And he was like, I said, what's the most attacks you heard had? And one day he was like, about 6. And he was like, it'll tell you like, it'll be like incoming. It's a British voice. He said, it's an incoming missile. And he'll be like, you'll hear it. Like the CRAM will let you know. And you'll hear a siren. And he was
like this the video game, incoming missile.
Hellstorm incoming.
Right. That's what that shit sound like. Enemy airstrike.
Like, and he was telling me like he was coming. He was driving one day from the place that he worked, and he said the CRAM went off that right by where he was at, and he was like, "Yo," he swung over to like the side of the road and just stopped. He said, "Bro, like he waited because he said like once you hear the thing go off, you can wait and you'll more than likely hear a boom because he'll try to like shoot it, but if it don't, wherever it hit, it's gonna hit. You know what I'm saying?" The thing missed. And he said the actual miss, he said it hit literally 15 seconds. Like if he would have kept driving 15 seconds, that's exactly where it hit. If he ain't stopped his car. So like that's just like over there. That's life. You know what I'm saying? And he did tell me while he was there was a situation where it was a U.S. person, like a U.S. member, along with a civilian that got killed. It was like a 60-something-year-old lady that was out there, and she got took out by a missile. But he was like, really, the way it is, most of the Iraqi, certain ways that they try to shoot it in there. Like he said, if they try to shoot it up, the actual CRAM can actually get there in enough time. But he was like, it's been areas, he was like, and you never know. He said it's been times that he's been over there, and he was like, the Chow Hall and this other area never got hit while he was there. He left and came back. He was like, it had been hit 6 times in the time that he was gone. Like they caught on, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, it's just like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's scary.
Yeah, very much so, man. That's some scary shit, dog. But
shout out to the people
real
in the
talk,
military,
real life.
go out there and handle that, because I can't. And if they was on some draft shit, I'll be that bitch ass nigga that was in jail. Cause I ain't going. I'm hiding. I'm running.
Yeah,
No, I ain't going.
Hey, Peach, I'm joining our family in Trinidad, bro.
I'm telling I ain't going.
Going to the islands, man.
Not because I couldn't do war, but I can't do war that I'm not for. Like, I gotta be for the war. You know what I'm saying? Then you got me. Rah rah. Let's go. Like, frontline soldier right here. Like,
that's facts.
they gotta put a GoPro on me because that shit gonna look crazy.
GoPro Peach.
I'm the shit they gonna be recruiting niggas with. You can go to war and do this. This shit looks fun.
I'm gonna tell you straight
Right.
up. I'm gonna tell you straight up. My GoPro would just look like, oh, is that nigga hiding?
That nigga got the best
mine. He just laying out mine, bro.
Look. Did the whole enemy
face down?
He gonna be like, I got him. C4.
GoPro be face down in some mud. He just laying. Like, why the GoPro not moving?
That's facts. Hey, man, let's slide over here to this barbershop talk real quick, though. You know what I'm saying?
And
yes, sir. Because it's time for barbershop talk, baby. Y'all know the fucking Yeah, I know some people, some people feel about that real tough. We had to hit them with it real quick. But now let's slide over to that barbershop talk. Yo, Chase, get us started off with the NFL, my boy.
yeah, man. We got JJ Watt strongly considering partnering up with Myles Garrett to form a super line. Browns is at the top of JJ Watt's list. And then you recently had DeAndre Hopkins trying to get him to come to the Cardinals. Yeah, so DeAndre Hopkins
is a smart move because where JJ's at in his career, he need the easiest route. What's gonna get him the least chances of double teams? And like if he playing with Myles Garrett, he ain't getting double.
He getting single.
He getting single all day. You know what I'm saying? You
gonna like a dude that's injury ridden and older versus.
And then they can rotate him. He can play D tackle too. Bro, have him next to Myles Garrett.
That's where he gonna be mostly, because that's where he'll be most dangerous, and they can't double him there.
Bro, they should put him right there on Myles Garrett's side, bro.
That's what I'm saying. That's where I think he'd be most dangerous. Like you put him right there, and you have to double or pull or do something with Garrett.
You gotta go to the other side, bro.
And then if you do, whoever's playing end is like open. Like,
And they still got Olivier Vernon.
Yeah,
ooh,
bro.
that's who I was
JJ
talking
Watt,
about then.
JJ Watt shores up that defensive line. Like, if there was any question, if there had any holes, he fills it. And to me, it makes their defensive line outright devastating. But they still got Baker, who can be a little bit inconsistent. It's going to be up to Baker if he takes that next step, because if they get JJ Watt, we already knew their defense was strong. You ain't got no excuses. That because they line gonna be able to get to any quarterback they want to. They're gonna they line gonna be they line gonna be they defensive line gonna be making it look like Patrick Mahomes running around in the Super Bowl all damn day. You know what I'm saying? Baker got to be the one to step up. And I understand that, offensive line issues, things that nature, but it's gonna come to that. It's gonna come to that. And I think that honestly, I don't see JJ Watt actually going there, but if he does go there, man, like we can stop cracking all the jokes we want on the Browns. I know that damn much.
Yeah, that's done.
No, it's not.
Done.
It's not done. They're gonna have to make it out of the first round of the playoffs, because they're gonna be the first round Brown. The first round.
Oh, you can't, bro. You can't keep moving the goalpost.
Huh?
Nah, you moving the goalpost now, bro.
That's what we do in sports. That's what we. First of all, we move the goalposts forward, backward, depending on how we feel it.
But that's not what SC talking about. You can't. You talking about cracking jokes at them.
It's still gonna be jokes. Yes, if they can't get out the first round, that's gonna be the national narrative. After a couple years, if that's the same thing that happens, it'll be like, well, they started making it to the playoffs, but they don't get out of the first. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how it goes. I've seen that story.
No facts. I ain't gonna.
I'm not hate. That wasn't no Browns hate.
That was the Bengals for a minute.
Yeah, the other Ohio team got to now deal with it if Cleveland keep consistently making it to the playoffs. But shit, we never know what Cincinnati can turn into. Also, as long as Burrow stay healthy, like if they can keep Burrow upright, from what I saw from Burrow towards the end of last season, throughout his playing time last season. Hey, man, he showed promise. Granted, there was still growing pains and stuff, but he showed a lot of promise. He showed a lot of promise, a lot more promise than any damn Jaguars rookie quarterback we've had previously.
Or Sam Darnold.
Shut your ass.
We knew that was coming.
I did. That's why I was ready to say shut your ass.
Mono, bro. Mono fucks you up if your quarterback.
I don't want to hear nothing about no mono, man. That nigga been trash since he came in, bro.
We ain't doing this again. I know that damn much.
Try having 3 offensive.
I ain't doing this. I think it's like a 20% chance that Sam is my quarterback next year.
I feel sorry for y'all if he is.
So I can't argue with it. I don't feel sorry for us, because if we do end up with him at our quarterback, the team around him is going to be a lot better than it was.
Absolutely.
It could mean a lot of things. I see Mark Sanchez take us to back-to-back AFC championships, and niggas talk mad shit about Mark. All right, I wish we had Mark and Rex.
Bro, you got a quarterback with the sixth sense, bro. You good.
So
you're done.
So like the question is are y'all going to end up picking up somebody big? Because some big names might be on the move.
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. When I look at Zach Wilson, I see Sam Darnold, just with less interceptions thrown. Like,
and you need.
That's what y'all need.
That's what you need.
But it's just like in a smaller frame.
No,
like at least Sam.
Place.
Yeah, like Sam came back for his senior year and was turnover prone, but for that next year wasn't senior, but came back for that next year was turnover prone.
Nigga,
but
you need consistency.
What's his name? Only played 1 year like that. Zach Wilson only played his junior year like that.
That's why y'all get Justin Fields.
At 33 touchdowns and 3 interceptions.
That's why you get Justin Fields.
You know what I want to do?
What's that?
Take a receiver with that first pick, right? Take an offensive lineman with the second pick, and take whatever the fuck quarterback falls to us in the second round. Whoever it is. Just take that nigga, whoever. If it's Mac, if it's Trask, I don't give a fuck. Just whoever it is. That shit will help us. I'm telling you, we'd be a better team than these last 3 years. I promise.
Nah,
Just
Pete, you got people calling in about Sam Darnold, bro.
Yeah, we got like 4 people that called in asking about Sam.
You trade Sam Darnold, you get a veteran quarterback, and then you do what you just said.
I don't want to hear that shit. Niggas calling right now with Sam Darnold on their bullshit. Like, Sam Darnold for a fifth? Because if they called with any decent shit on Sam Darnold, I think that shit would have been a motherfucking insta call. All in.
What about the multi-team trade, whatever?
The multi-team trade where we would actually end up with.
Let explain that to the homies, Ryan. Explain that.
Okay,
scenario.
So this multi-team trade. Hold on. This multi-team trade. Let me pull it up so I can give you the scoop.
Yeah, I'm also trying to pull it up because I got a text from one of the homies.
Not only should y'all get y'all cones ready.
The multi-team trade would look like this. So basically, how it would play out is a trade where the Seattle Seahawks. Oh, I'm sorry, they wouldn't get what's his name. The Seattle Seahawks will receive Garoppolo, Nick Bosa, in the 23rd and 22nd picks in the upcoming draft. The 49ers would get Watson. The Texans would receive Darnold along with the 2nd pick, the 12th pick, and the 34th pick, and the 1st-round pick from the Jets, and the Jets would get Russell Wilson.
That shit ain't happening.
Ever.
Everybody's getting 1st-round picks. Like, it's multiple.
It should.
That's a good deal. Like, that's for everybody on the board.
That's a
now,
deal.
Ryan, where did you get this information from?
It was just a potential trade, that,
Bullshit.com. That's where you got it from. Source your shit, bro.
Man, listen, it's okay. I don't gotta source it. I got a source, man. He was ESPN back.
That bit called the Inquirer.
Actually, it was an NFL. It was a Fox Sports 1 on First Things First. Nick Wright said it. He brought up a trade. He proposed a trade that
So
that trade on paper makes sense. That's all I'm saying.
So Nick Wright is the one that proposed this so-called trade. I don't listen to Nick no more ever since his little NFL tiers thing. He kind of
the 49ers do not think that shit makes sense when they losing Bosa and Garoppolo.
If they get Watson, yeah, it does.
You're not getting rid of.
You ain't getting rid of Bosa.
Either Bosa. I don't give a damn what team they fall on. You're not getting rid of either Bosa. Like,
if I'm getting Deshaun Watson, I am.
They ain't doing. No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, I would. Deshaun Watson
on the 49ers?
I love the sound of Deshaun Watson on the 49ers. I also don't love the sound of Nick Bosa not on the 49ers. We literally saw what happened. We saw what happened with their defense as soon as Solomon Thomas and Nick and whatever Bosa they got hurt. Defense went to utter shit.
That's what I was about to say. Their defense still did straight, bro. They still were.
That's how Salah got his job,
bro. They still were doing solid, and they didn't have their quarterback, and they didn't have Kittle, and they still finished legit. Get rid of.
They finished legit.
Watson with Kyle Shanahan, another Super Bowl.
They proved they could do it without Bosa. That's a fact.
What did they prove that they can do without Bosa?
Still be a top 5 defense.
Okay.
And no Richard Sherman for some of them games.
Y'all gonna make me have to look some shit up.
Yes, sir. Look it up.
Because
look it up.
Foolish right now.
Speaking of Deshaun.
No, we ain't going to Deshaun yet. Yo, because there's some
oh yeah, we got some other trade talk.
Mm-hmm.
Who that?
OBJ, Stephon Gilmore.
Mm-hmm.
Their name's been thrown out there. They said This could be one of the biggest free agency, big name trade
I'll take them both.
off seasons of the year.
Are they trading? Oh, I'm about to say.
No. I'm sorry. But
excuse
as
me,
far
excuse
as
me, gentlemen. Excuse me really quickly. Yeah, the 49ers defense was ranked 17th. But let's not team defense.
Total defense.
I literally have Pro Football Focus pulled up right now. 17th in team defense. I'm looking at the numbers right here. I can name the other 16 that are ahead of them. like even if we went advanced stats.
The eighth
ST said he's listening. He's all ears, like my screen.
They're eighth in points allowed.
Okay.
ST, since you have records in front of you, can you look at
matter of fact, I'm looking at scoring,
overall record?
I'm looking at scoring defense currently, right? This is according to Pro Football Focus. I'm sorry, Pro Football Reference. My apologies. Let me make sure I get my sourcing correct. Scoring defense. Scoring defense. San Francisco 49ers for the year of 2020, 17th. I don't know what numbers y'all are looking at, but stop looking at numbers that are helping you.
They're scoring touchdowns. Nobody said they were scoring touchdowns.
You just said wait a minute. No.
Wait,
because y'all just said because first I said no, they're in team defense, they're ranked 17th. Then y'all came
scoring
up with
defense means defense, like your defensive scoring. I said they were ranked 8th in defense and defensive allowed points. Like they stopped people from scoring. Not they actually scored as
they were ranked 17th overall, and y'all told me they were ranked 5th. I ain't hearing nothing else, man. What are we talking about here?
Whatever you saying, they still finished 6-10 with having all those people out. And if you add Deshaun Watson to that, if you're going to tell me that they're not going to win 4 or 5 more games,
if they had Jimmy Garoppolo, they win in more games. They had fucking Nick Mullins out there throwing the back.
I'll take that, bro. Just saying me. That's all I'm saying, bro.
I understand what you're saying.
Is me.
No, I get what you're saying. But also something that you said was factually incorrect when there was a top 5 defense and they weren't.
Okay, we're in the top 5 defense. There you go.
Like that's all I'm saying. Like the point I'm trying to get across is you can't just strip Nick Bosa from that damn defense.
Yes, you can.
And be 17th, middle of the pack.
Okay, fantastic. But if you, like I said, if you give Kyle Shanahan, Deshaun Watson, you'll be just fine with the rest of the team that you have. You can get a free agent, you can draft, you can fill that hole.
Bro, you know how hard it is to find niggas.
It's not gonna be Nick Bosa.
Find yourself a Bosa.
It's not gonna be Nick Bosa.
You can fill it with JJ.
No, they ain't gonna get JJ. But
JJ
if you're gonna try to tell me that Kyle Shanahan with Deshaun Watson, with the talent that they have, they're not gonna. That's another Super Bowl run.
I never once said any of that. I said I wouldn't get rid of Bosa. Don't spin my argument because my argument is solid. My argument has been concrete, and I
okay, cool. Okay, you don't want them to get. So what's the point of keeping Bosa? What's the point of keeping Bosa if you're going to go to the Super Bowl? But if you get rid of him, you can go to the Super Bowl too. The whole point is to win a Super Bowl.
Of course it is.
Okay, so what's the point if you're going to go to the Super Bowl either way? Or you may not go to the Super Bowl this way. You may not win. You may not go back to the Super Bowl with Jimmy G and with your Bosa guy, but with Deshaun Watson,
you may not.
You're going to have the best quarterback that you've ever had, and you're a quarterback whisperer.
You may not go to the Super Bowl with Deshaun Watson. Stop making things. I understand, Shays. What I'm trying to explain. I understand what you're saying, but you can't sit here and just definitively say they're going to the Super Bowl because they got Deshaun Watson just to deter my point about Bosa. Like that doesn't make any sense.
I mean, the guy went to the Super Bowl with Matt Ryan and Jimmy G as his quarterback, bro.
Yeah, he did.
Like, give your boy Deshaun. I mean, I'm just.
He also had.
Just saying, bro. Okay, I'm just saying that's just me. But what about OBJ and Stephon Gilmore? ST, I'm gonna come to you first. Wait, where would you see OBJ going?
What you're referencing is that there's some big stars that can potentially be on the move. So you said OBJ. I'll tell you exactly where OBJ. I'm gonna tell you where he should go, and I'm gonna tell you where I think he goes if a move is made. Firstly, if Deshaun goes to Miami, OBJ is going to Miami. Let it be here. I'm saying it right here, right now. If Deshaun goes to Miami, OBJ is slotted to Miami. But where he should go is Green Bay.
P-Dot, where you think OBJ going, bro? Or where would you want him to go? Where do you think the best place is?
I mean, I gotta agree with ST on where he should go, but I think he's gonna go somewhere like the Chargers,
Somewhere like that.
Yeah. I
What
think
about
like they're gonna give him the most bang for his buck type. Like,
So you mean pairing him with Keenan Allen or letting Keenan go?
not pairing him with somebody like that.
Okay.
Even like the Cardinals, a team like that. I think that's who's gonna try and get him.
Okay.
Imagine D-Hop and OBJ. Whew.
What you think, bro? OBJ. Where you think he should go?
To the Jets.
You already know he's thinking.
Cincinnati.
You said what?
Cincinnati.
That's kind of similar to that. Get your young quarterback some more weapons, kind of Herbert, Burrow.
Mm-hmm. Cincinnati is a good
They can
shout.
keep AJ Green.
Nah, AJ gone, bro.
AJ gone. They don't need
They
AJ.
need to change their pace.
They got T. Higgins and they
Yeah,
got
T. Higgins
and they
out
got
there.
Tyler Boyd.
Yeah, they nasty.
They don't need AJ no more.
And they still got John Ross, even though he ain't whatever. But
John Ross will play 30 minutes the season.
yo, I think OBJ should go to. I think OBJ should go to the Eagles.
I can see him doing that though, but that'll be so.
He can't go to the Eagles.
Yeah, it just don't fit. Like you would.
Why not?
You play for the Giants
Because he was
So
a real
what? He don't
Giant.
care about playing for the Giants no more.
He do. Because how Eagles fans treated him, it's traumatic experience. Ask these NFL players.
As soon as you put on that Eagles uniform and he get that Philly love, he loved that.
No, see, this is the thing. Pete, I agree with you. He does still care about playing for the Giants. Exactly why he would go to Philly. Exactly why he would.
Play
Piss him
twice.
Exactly. Because he feel like they shitted on him.
Twice.
I mean, they did.
I see that happening a lot more than Cincinnati, even though Cincinnati is a really good shout.
See him in the Eagles uniform.
Mm-hmm.
What about Stephon Gilmore?
Y'all know how it goes. Tom Brady gonna end up getting them. Let's be real about it.
He's
He
already-
already knows how to get these receivers.
He could go over to the Bucks, but
Because
I don't think
to
that's what
replace Godwin.
I
That would be
don't think-
nasty.
No, Stephon Gilmore. We're talking about Stephon Gilmore now.
Oh my bad.
I'm gonna tell you exactly where Stephon Gilmore is going. The one team that absolutely needs that secondary help to help the rest of their defense, and to assist the offense a little bit, and that's Minnesota.
They'll pay him.
Minnesota?
Like they're gonna pay him.
The Vikings. That's where he
Nice.
goes. We heard all last year how the Vikings secondary was young and they were getting burnt and blah 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 blah, and they got this explosive offense and blah 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 blah, but their defense ain't helping them out. You go get one of the best corners in the fucking league to say fuck. You can continue to keep developing these young guys while you have them there. Have a mentor there. The Vikings.
I think they're gonna send Dion to go call Stephon and be like, "Come on down here, I'll unretire my jersey so you can go ahead and be the second coming to prime time." And he gonna be like, "Where the paper at?"
Bro, give me that, bro. If they had Stephon Gilmore with Tavon Diggs on the other side, all you got to do is worry about the safety.
Where at?
Cowboys.
I can see that also.
Because I had them taking the corner in my first round pick anyway.
I see the Vikings
for the Cowboys.
I see the Vikings for sure.
Like I just know that I know the Vikings, they like their young guys, right? They like their young guys that they got. But when you have a player at the caliber of a Stephon Gilmore, you don't pass it up. You just can't. That's too talented of a player. At least
the Rams build that line. You know, going to get Ramsey and Gilmore.
That
shut it down. That'll be a little Revis and Crow-esque.
No, they can't afford it.
I know.
They can't afford it.
I think they already fucked their setup.
That would be better than Revis and Crow.
Oh, bro,
you gotta show me that first.
Yeah,
show me better.
You're right.
You gotta show me that. We held that down.
You're right.
They gotta show me they're better than Ramsey and Boye first.
Ramsey and Boye was fire too, though.
Ramsey and Boye was fire. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to give it a Gilmore, bro. What? Gilmore be shutting down sometimes.
Understood.
He got here a little bit though. But
understood.
Bro, I like Crow because Crow was
Revis and Crow hasn't been mad.
You didn't know what you was gonna get out of Crow. Like Crow might get burnt like 2 plays in a row, and then like the next time you go over there, they picks. Like you don't even know. Like,
and Revis might not get but 1 target.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's the only reason.
Boye just never knew. Boye like, oh shit, Crow get his ass toasted. They throw it 2 more times.
That I seen because Boye took that heat like Crow did. Like every fucking play, every play, attack. You know what they stamina had to be on? Every play was attack. Attack. Because we can't go on the other side. Like we gotta sneak it on the other side. Off guard like a motherfucker.
You gotta hit Ramsey. You gotta hit Ramsey with that same pass that the Packers hit Devontae Adams with.
Oh yeah.
Like that's how you get over on Ramsey. Yeah, you can get a couple. You might get a couple really down the field.
Somebody else's fault.
Right. You might get a couple down the field on Ramsey, but that's because he's being very aggressive. And so but like you ain't finna keep trying that nigga. I know that damn much. You know what I'm saying?
Unless you're Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
D-Hop too.
See, I like Ramsey.
D-Hop and Devontae.
And I like how he's a shutdown corner. That's such a different style than Revis.
Yeah.
He is what everything that Sherman thought he was in his mind when he used to talk shit about Revis. Yeah, I fuck with Sherman.
I used to like Revis because the thing was like Revis wasn't fast.
But what Revis had, what he had,
he beat
up speed
line, and he beat you to your spot on the route.
Right, and then he could jump out the building because he'd be like out of position and just.
I remember
when he get like hella picks like that.
Was that against Megatron or Randy Moss? What highlight was that? Where he like jumped backwards, like jumped up, like
that was Megatron.
Megatron. Backwards and
that was
on Megatron.
Because Randy got the highlight on Revis with the 1-hand touchdown catch.
Bro, when he got past Revis, he just threw the hand up one time. It was just like. I was like, no.
And he do it so smooth and easy, bro.
Yeah. You know how much shit I took for that? I was betting niggas every game on Revis.
I was too.
Yeah, I was making mad money. So you know who I was
They're like, how does nigga keep doing this? I'm like,
this is why I tell you I knew this nigga was a beast and I was hyped when he came to our team, yo. Brandon Marshall was the only nigga I was scared to bet niggas with on Revis, yo. Because when he was in Miami,
specimen, he was
One, they was throwing to him regardless. It didn't matter. They ain't had nobody else. 20 targets.
That's the secret. That's the secret to success when you have these super powerful corners, though.
Yeah.
You have to continue to keep their pause. You got to continue to keep their tools sharp because
that used to be the fun shit to watch.
If you keep attacking them, yeah, obviously Revis is going to lock a lot of that shit down. But you keep throwing it that way, ain't nobody perfect.
You gotta have a dog though that's that aggressive all day, through all the nothing. You know what I'm saying? Still being Brandon would lose one and look at when they used to be mic'd up and you hear that, I'm sure we could still look up shit like that, They used to play the mic'd up with Revis and him, like, I'm coming back right now. Like, I'm like, damn, you ain't getting
need
that
that though.
today. You ain't getting that. I love that shit.
Yeah, man. Hey, but Shades, what's up with Deshaun though?
That boy wildin', boy. That boy straight up Stone Cold Steve Austin. Like, can I get a right here? Bro, he's straight up taking pictures in Miami with Miami players with his agent. So just first you take a picture with 49ers uniform on. Now you taking pictures with Miami Dolphins, liking pictures with Jets uniform. So he just throwing it out there, bro. I want out of Houston.
I'm available.
He's trying to be so disrespectful that they're forced to make a deal at this point.
He's being James Harden.
He's being James Harden without doing the club thing. Because I don't really think I'm not saying that he don't go to the club or go to strip clubs and stuff like that. That's not what I'm saying. But he's doing it without that type of stuff. Because James was doing that mid-season or during the season and stuff like that and posting and stuff like that. So, I mean, I guess he's showing that he's not working out. I mean, of course, he's still working out. But the pictures, the imagery that he's showing is him chilling usually with another team's uniform on. So I'm just saying it's different than somebody like Cam Newton last year that was trying to come into the league or come back in the league and he's posting just straight workout videos and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because Cam was trying to get a certain message across. So there's a reason why the certain images that we're seeing is just him with other team memorabilia or other team players on there, or liking a picture with his liking on the picture. You know what I mean? In another team's uniform.
And
how would you feel? How would you feel though? Like if you was the team, what would your mindset be like? I don't give a fuck, you my quarterback, nigga. The season kick off, you gonna be right here, motherfucker. Unless somebody come with these 3 firsts.
Well, JJ Watt asked to be released and he got released very quickly. JJ Watt's contract is different and he plays a different position and he's also an older player. I understand that the money that he had left, that's dead money, like, easy to come off of, whatever. Deshaun Watson, the reason why his is so different is because he just signed his contract. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, if I was Deshaun, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I was shocked that he signed that contract. You know what I'm saying? I would have.
He signed it before they got rid of Hopkins. That was the problem.
No, he signed it after, bro. He signed.
You certain about that?
Yeah, I'm 90% sure. I'm 90% sure that contract got signed because that's why I was shocked. I'm like, why would you sign that, bro? Because that's why Marcellus Wiley is going hard at Deshaun right now. Marcellus Wiley is not really on Deshaun's side as far as how he's handling it, but he understands that he wants to be out of it. But he's not on Deshaun's side because, like, homie, you just signed the contract and was crying, saying how this is the biggest moment of your life. Now you doing the biggest thing, charade, to get out of there. But of course, I think there's something else that went on there, as farther than them not just allowing him to make coaching decisions and personnel decisions. I think there's
Shades, do you have a problem with the fact that he's handling it this way?
No.
Because
with Deshaun, for me, I think the reason that the Texans are not letting him go is I think the way that they structure his contract, and I think it benefits them early on because this upcoming season, his contract, even though it's such a large contract, it's only going to be $10 million for this year. So you can build your team around, you know what I'm saying, the remaining cap space you have for that year. So I think that's why they're so hesitant to actually just trade him, because it's like, okay, we structured this like this for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, we had a plan in place, and to get rid of you now blows that plan all the way up. You know what I'm saying? Right. And now we got to restructure everything that we had to do. You know what I'm saying? So,
but that's their fault, though.
It is
for lying.
But it is their fault. But I think that's still why they're so hesitant to do it.
No, for sure, you're right. 100%.
Because it's $10 million this year, and then it inflates to like $37 million next year. You know what I'm saying? Like,
which is exactly why you trade him.
Exactly. That's what I would do if I was the Texans. I would trade him and re-up with Justin Fields some type of way.
I get
that's
that.
what I'm trying to do.
But I'm just saying that's
I would reload on draft picks. Bro.
I think now they're trying to get free. I'm not trying to free up cap space, because if they let JJ go, they now they're going into full rebuild. Mm-hmm. So, and
I think they played the JJ Watt thing wrong. I would have did something to where JJ, let us sign you to this deal or whatever, and then.
But wasn't he still signed, or they just released him? If he was still signed, I would trade him.
No more.
No. I
find
get
a trade partner for a sixth or a fifth.
Yeah, I'm saying get something for it. You just lost him for nothing.
That's you don't want to do that to him because of the player he was for your city, your franchise. You don't want that, it wasn't no beef there. He wanted to be released.
He traded D-Hop for a 4th round pick.
Like me personally, you supposed to. They did everything wrong. They did everything wrong.
D-Hop for a 4th.
You're supposed to trade JJ Watt in last season. Why you can still get something for him.
Yes, sir.
That's when you're supposed to trade JJ Watt. You ain't supposed to let it get to the offseason, because now you get absolutely nothing when he asks us to walk. Y'all, okay, fine. Y'all stupidly released that man and got 0 for him. That's all y'all fault.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That makes 0 sense to me. Like, y'all just dumb. Like, y'all showed that y'all can. Even when y'all do something good, it's dumb.
And I think that kind of decision making is confirming why Deshaun wants out. Like, y'all didn't even think to get a pick out of it by asking him, where do you want to go? Let's ask this team if they'll take you for a 5th or a 4th or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that we not just left with nothing. Like, you want to go? All right, cool. Like, like what?
That makes dumb. That makes. Hey, yo. One thing that
reminds me of that reminds me of the Jets. 100%. like when they let Le'Veon go, y'all know that like when Le'Veon was playing for the Chiefs, we were paying him more than the Chiefs were paying him. Mm-hmm. For him to pay for the Chiefs. Like, that's insane. Like, you just let him walk. Like, we'll pay you.
The Chiefs get back Damian Williams next year too, by the way.
Absolutely.
But another thing I was gonna say was, did anybody know that Deshaun Watson had the most passing yards last year?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had to play a lot of catch up. He played a lot of catch up last year.
True. Okay, I didn't think about that. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, generally that's going.
He had like a Dak Prescott year.
Yeah. I mean, that's no shade towards him at all.
No, he had to. He had to do what he had to do. But that's the card that he was dealt, and that's what he did with it. Okay.
But let's slide over to that NBA real quick.
Mama, goes that man. What?
I'm just saying, mama, there goes that man. We're gonna go ahead and get over to this NBA, because speaking of mama, there goes that man, that's generally a LeBron call. And speaking of LeBron, we're gonna talk about these Lakers real quick, because AD Anthony Davis will be out for how long? I can't remember how long it was. It should be a lot longer than whatever they stated. With an Achilles tendinitis. My apologies. Where do y'all see this going for the Lakers with AD out for a considerable amount of time?
Peach, you want to go on this? This is your team, bro.
We good, bro. As long as he right when he need him, like I've been preaching for a little bit by this point, that's all that matters. We can't win in the playoffs without him. We can make it with a decent seed into the playoffs without him. Let that man heal. I want that man healthy, like fully healthy. Because when he's fully healthy, he a problem. If LeBron was to be hurt right now and not be able to play or some shit, that would be a different story. But if LeBron can keep doing the LeBron thing, LeBron could take a Mo Williams to the playoffs, so he could definitely take this team to the motherfucking playoffs. Let me let you know. We
They
need him to
definitely
win
got
a ring, though. I still bet on LeBron to the finals without him, though.
Gasol's trash.
Stop talking about my boy.
I'll say this. If they are without AD, I consider them a 4 or 5 seed by the time the playoffs start, which is fine because they're not a team that needs home court advantage. They're not really they don't need that. What I will say is this: they need to be very careful. I wouldn't play AD until like the last couple of weeks of the season, and that's me being 1,000.
That's what I'm
Because
saying, too.
there's
Get my
no
man
point.
healthy.
There's no point in playing him. I would give him a 2-month break. Rest that Achilles because we saw what happened with KD when you try to rush him back. There ain't no point of doing that.
And he a
Even if
bigger than KD.
exactly, even if you have to take a little step back as far as the the Western Conference rankings are concerned, man. Like once you get into playoffs, if AD is healthy and LeBron is healthy, you got a chance to win a championship. Don't risk
Agreed.
that. Don't risk that. Period.
Biscuit.
Yeah, don't risk that shit. So
I
that's
also
why.
think that having Harold helps. Because I think Harold minutes are going to increase a lot. And he plays a good energy alongside LeBron.
He does. From somebody that suffered from Achilles tendinitis and that currently goes through that to this present day, that's junk ain't nothing to play with. And it really does come from the calf muscle. That's why I definitely need to work on my calf muscle more. But with this, man, like this is dangerous. This is definitely another KD situation. So, and they addressed it as Achilles tendinitis, which means the Achilles is currently inflamed. So that's what the Achilles tendonitis means. The Achilles is currently inflamed, which means that I'm surprised he didn't pop it.
I'm very happy he didn't. But yeah,
I'm very
surprise
happy.
definitely.
Unless he did pop it and they ain't. Well, if he ain't pop it, he would have been able to walk off the floor. But I think I agree with everything that y'all said. I think they need to trade. I think I've seen something about them possibly trading Wesley Matthews for another big man to help out while AD is down. But they definitely need to put AD down and just let him rest up. It can heal. The thing is, it can heal quickly because I got back right in 3 months. And I know with AD with that special training, that was me working, going to school, all that. AD, this is what he do. So he should be right in about a month and a half if they just let him rest, let him do his physical therapy, get his calf muscle stronger, get his Achilles stronger, and that way you don't make something else hurt or maybe tear his ACL or because he's overcompensating for something else. You know what I mean? So they definitely need to address this because this has caused another injury to happen like what we saw with Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson had an ACL, then he had an Achilles injury. So the knee and the Achilles and the calf muscle are very much connected as far as injury is concerned. So I think as long as they address it right, put him on the rest, monitor LeBron, you know what I'm saying? Keep him at 40 minutes or below and let LeBron do his thing. LeBron will let you know if he needs a game or two. Sometimes I would still give LeBron a game. Like, bro, just take a game. We're good. We're number 2 right now. Just take a game. So, Ryan, what you think, bro?
I mean, I think without him, like you said, I feel like XT, like they probably I'll probably say like a 3 or 4 seed. But yeah, definitely let him rest. I mean, you don't need to rush him back. It's no reason. I mean, LeBron is doing just fine without him. Big man help, yeah, but I understand trading Wesley Matthews, but I don't really think they need to. I mean, with the way that basketball is played, small ball, they don't care if you have. I mean, I forgot it was a team recently. I think their big man was their center was 6'6". You know what I'm saying? They just running with him, and that's the kind of game we playing now. It's running guns. So
Yeah, that was the Rockets.
Yeah, so if you running and gunning, you know what I'm saying. You don't really want to run and gun with LeBron because you get to that paint. You know what I'm saying? Boomtown. So
20 years of Boomtown.
you know what I'm saying? Just Boomtown. You know what I'm saying? You gotta deal with Boomtown. So yeah, I think they'll be just fine. I think, I think I definitely feel like Gasol has definitely underperformed, but I don't think that the pace that they are running with most of the teams, it doesn't fit Gasol. I think there will be teams that Gasol's pace will be perfect for. It's just not now. You know what I'm saying? But I do think in those games where like they're possession games where you play in a half court type game, where Gasol could be a lot more valuable then.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed. Yo. So we got. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and slide over to entertainment talk real quick, dog. You know what I'm saying? Shades, what's up with Hove? Doing some incredible stuff over there.
So it looks like Hove, looks like Jay-Z, he's donating the proceeds that he received or the fee that he received for his recent collaboration on What It Feels Like with Nipsey. He's donating that to Nipsey Hussle's estate. So, of course, Laura London is the captain of that estate. I think she's the captain of that estate. If not, his brother is. But, that goes towards his kids. That goes towards the companies that they have going on because the Nipsey Hussle company is still going. So, it's just another great thing, that to show that what Jay-Z is talking about, he's really backing it up, what he's saying on his lyrics, to donate the whole thing. You know what I mean? I don't want to go into details of how much the money is. The money don't matter how much it is. It's the thought and it's the
gesture.
It's the gesture behind it, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? That just adds to Jay-Z's legacy. You know what I mean? Like, Nas is one of my favorite rappers of all time just off of that, because I know Nas to be something like that. But, man, I ain't gonna lie, man. Like, Hove is kind of like LeBron for me. Like, my respect for him is like skyrocketing, bro. I got so much respect for what he's doing and like how he's doing it, and when he does things, like he's a genius. You know what I mean? And he does it with class and he does it with elegance. So, just another great thing from Hove, man.
Yeah, Hove is the GOAT to me, man. Like, end all be all GOAT. My man. Obviously, this type of move is a strong power move, and it comes with such great intent. I mean, Hove has done it all in this industry. You know what I'm saying? Hove has been obviously top selling artist, or Hove has been or Hove has been like an executive with Def Jam. You know what I'm saying? Like, Hove has handled a lot of shit, and he continues to not only put out the great music, but then also follow it up with great actions. And man, I got nothing but respect for that man. He the GOAT. What say you, Peach?
I'm not gonna get me to comment on nothing Nipsey Hussle today. Thank you.
Understood. I understand wholeheartedly how you feel about Nip, and it's just crazy, man. But it's amazing to see what that man will do, even though he doesn't have to do any of that. Ryan, where you at, dog?
I agree with everything everybody else said, about, I mean, Jay-Z's, I appreciate him, what I'm saying, showing tribute and doing that. But just rest in peace, Nip, man. Like,
That's facts, man.
Yo, SC, can we sneak in that drop shot or that clothesline that old boy's about to get?
Absolutely.
Oh boy, do I got some shit to say on this. So the story is this, and I'm gonna go. I'll take it from here, fellas. Story is this. Bow Wow is trying to make his WWE debut, and I view it as 1000% clout chasing. Why do I feel that way? Bow Wow is seeing exactly what the WWE is currently doing with Bad Bunny. For the people who are not familiar, Bad Bunny at the Royal Rumble, January 31st, at the Royal Rumble, Bad Bunny performed his song Booker T with Booker T out on the stage. Then they left all of his equipment on the stage. So when the men's Royal Rumble happened, The Miz came out after a backstage segment where like Bad Bunny pretty much turned down anything that that The Miz and John Morrison, his tag team partner, were trying to do. The Miz came out and destroyed his set, Bad Bunny's set, the DJ set, the Serato. Bad Bunny comes out mid Royal Rumble, right as now with who Bad Bunny is now associated with this wrestler named Damian Priest. He just got called up from the developmental brand of WWE called NXT. Damian Priest clotheslines both The Miz and John Morrison out of the Royal Rumble as Bad Bunny is coming down. Bad Bunny then gets on the top rope, dives off the top rope onto Miz and Morrison. Now, since that point, every single Monday since the Royal Rumble, Bad Bunny has been on Raw with his boy Damian Priest. On top of that, the Miz is looking like it's going to end up being Damian Priest and Bad Bunny versus the Miz and Morrison at WrestleMania. So I view it as Bow Wow is doing his best to try to piggyback on the success that he sees Bad Bunny is having. And I personally don't want to see this motherfucker in the WWE, but if that motherfucker makes it, I got a list of names that I want to see whoop his ass. Yo, I don't give a damn if it's Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, Braun Strowman.
Bro, that's what I was about to say. I want
They're
Braun
not gonna
Strowman.
do that to him. But Ricochet,
He gonna fight somebody like Rey Mysterio.
Oh, bro.
Rey Mysterio gonna be taller than Bow Wow.
Absolutely.
Bow Wow is gonna be so small in the wrestling ring.
For real,
First of all, what's his wrestling name gonna be?
Bow
Second
Wow.
of all,
Williams?
Huh? What'd you say, Shade?
5'6". Bro, he like 5'4". 5'5", 5'6". What?
Yeah.
second of all, what's his finishing move gonna be?
He ain't gonna get a finish.
He's not gonna get a finisher.
They're gonna put that nigga in the ring with Braun Strowman. And Braun gonna be Braun, you know, and destroy this nigga. That's what's going to
They're
happen.
not gonna kill Bow Wow in his debut.
Bro, just let me get one boot to the face, bro. One big boot. Let me get
Who's
one.
the big booter of the time right now? You remember back in the day, Big Show, Test, Kevin
I
Nash?
know who will do it.
Who?
I scratch every name I just said. Put that nigga in the ring with Roman Reigns and let my dog
Oh my
destroy that boy.
Why are you trying
Hey,
to
you
get
know
him
good and well
murdered?
they is not about to put him in the ring with Roman Reigns.
Put him in the ring with Roman.
He
What is
gonna
that?
try to come out with the
He
Usos or
wants this
something.
dude to die on his debut.
This is this ain't even wrestling no more. This is Gladiator.
Well, the reason I feel that way is because ever since I would say about the last 2 weeks, Bow Wow has been on Twitter and he's going after after a lot of wrestlers, right? And he comes out, he's popped off at the mouth and says things along the lines of how you on Raw, but you got this many followers. Things don't add up. And to me, I think with all of that shit, he's coming in as the bad guy. He's coming in as the heel.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're gonna have the heel at WrestleMania, and it ain't let's not pretend like it's like when they brought Floyd in, because they brought Floyd in and he went against Big Show, right?
Right.
And he won. They ain't letting that happen with no fucking bow.
Nah, bro.
Nah. He
Not
gonna
sure.
get fucked up. I just don't know by who.
So
But I'd rather it be a Wyatt.
look, man.
Nah, let him get RKO real quick.
Hey.
See, y'all trying to have this nigga, he can't take RKO. You gotta be a skilled wrestler to not die from that move every time.
No, fuck that. Because Randy gonna hit him with the RKO.
Stop talking,
and then he
bro. You talk too much.
Randy gonna hit him with the RKO, and then he gonna punt that dude in the head.
Like Randy really would fight him though.
Randy would do that bit for real.
That's because Randy don't give a shit. Speaking of Randy, really plays that character.
Speaking of Randy, so Randy tweeted out earlier today because Snoop was at WrestleMania 24, and he broke some news today where he said that prior to his match with Triple H and Batista, Randy smoked a blunt with Snoop prior to going out to the match. I was like, Randy, my nigga.
Dog, what? And he held his own to not have a Dave Chappelle moment.
Facts. And he went out there and won the title. Man was high as hell out because he was high as hell because it was Snoop weed. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Snoop
rolling backwards now.
Yeah. He wasn't even supposed to win the match. He went out there and won. Forgot the script.
Right. You know the vibes, man. But yo, man, y'all boys got any shout outs before we get up out of here today, man?
Shout out to me on my birthday. You know,
yes,
shout out to me, boy. Happy birthday.
Y'all know the fucking.
Shout out to everybody who wished me happy birthday. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate the homies, family. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to every gift and everything. Happy birthday that I got. I don't check social media, but I'm sure some people said it on there. Shout out to y'all. And let the day go on forever and not be tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Shout out to the homies as usual. Shout out to y'all boys. Appreciate y'all boys. And see y'all boys on Friday.
Man, shout out. Sir. Once again, shout out to P.G. obviously for the birthday, but also shout out to my dog for finally making it on Twitter. You know what I'm saying, huh? Go follow my boy on Twitter at P.G_. Y'all know the vibes, man. What you got, Ryan?
Shout out to my dog Peach. You know, shout out to everybody. You know what I'm saying? All the homies everywhere. Shout out to being able to, get out, and be with family, but be smart, be safe, wear your mask, all that good stuff. What you got, Brody?
Man, keep it short and sweet, man. Shouts out to all the subscribers, all the listeners, everybody vibing with us. Our community continues to grow, slowly but surely. But shout out to my boys at Ball and Q. Shout out to Rod and Brandon doing their thing. Shouts out to our families, man. Our families holding us down. Like, we want to be here for a village. It took a village to raise me. You know what I mean? So, shouts out to our families. And shouts out to Friday. We're gonna have a really good pod on Friday. Yep. And that's it for me, man.
Yo, once again, shout out to Rod and Brandon, man, over there at Ball and Q. They just got their own feed over at Apple Podcast. So make sure y'all go look them up. Search Ball, the letter N, QUE. Search that. Make sure y'all go subscribe to them. Make sure you rate and leave a review for them. And make sure y'all do that for us too. You know what I'm saying? Go make sure you go hit us with them 5 stars. You know what I'm saying? And for the YouTube watchers, you know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all, the YouTube homies, make sure y'all go out there, like, subscribe, hit the post notification, leave some comments, do all that good stuff, man. We just here trying to rock with y'all.
With other homies.
You know what I'm saying? We here doing this for y'all 2 times a week, man. And you know y'all rocking with the realest, you feel me? So go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and leave them reviews. Go ahead and leave us a rating over on Apple and Spotify. And actually find us on all 7 platforms, you feel me? Including Pandora, in case y'all still using that app in 2021. You know what I'm saying? But until next time, you dig? It's been Homie Studios.